Hello everyone, this is a quick presentation on strategies for parents with teens. So firstly, how do I as a parent have a positive relationship with my teens? So firstly, you want to be the role model for behavior. So don't yell, lie, or act in a way that you would not like your teen to act. And secondly, clearly communicate what you expect of them. Don't assume that they know what you expect of them or that they can read between the lines. As you would with children, it's important to increase the number of positive interactions with teens. When we're stressed or in a negative situation, we tend to see more the negatives in everything. So try to see the positives and balance them out with the negatives. Even if it's a small thing, try to point out, for example, the other day when you took out the trash, I truly appreciated it. You could have made a fuss and you didn't, and I thank you for that. Or the other day, you helped your little brother out and I noticed it, so thank you so much for that. Fourthly, be fair, be human, and be consistent. If your teenagers don't know what you want from them, they can't give you what you're asking for. So it might confuse them if one day to another, your demands have changed. So it's just good to be consistent with them. What can I do as a parent when I find it difficult to talk to my teens? So first, ask questions about them. Try to learn what they like, who their friends are, where they like to go, who their favorite artists are, and what their school schedule is, etc. By showing interest and working on it, your teen will be more inclined to tell you about anything that interests them. Another point is that when talking to them, it's often easier to talk when we're not face to face. So this can be, while driving in the car, walking the dog. Try to take these opportunities when you can to be able to chat without necessarily making eye contact all the time. This can break down communication barriers and can make it less intimidating for your teen. This also helps create a relationship and a bond with your teen. So, how should a parent react when their teens are trying to push their limits and are looking for a reaction? So, when that happens, it's important to ask yourself, okay, where does this reaction come from? What is the feeling associated with this reaction? So, for example, are you feeling disrespected, rejected, or humiliated? Alternatively, you can ask yourself and reflect, why is my teen trying to get a reaction out of me? And then when you do want to respond to them pushing your limits, try to respond well. It's sometimes important to take a step back from the situation. So a couple things that you can say in order to do that is use, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I need a moment to think about it. Or you can associate it with, how you're feeling at that moment. So I'm really angry and hurt. And I'd like to take a moment to organize my ideas, and I would like to continue this conversation afterwards. So when you do that, always be aware of how you feel. Do your emotions have an impact on the reaction that you give your adolescent? If you're having a bad day, it may not be a good idea to have a serious conversation with them. So if you had a bad day at work, save the serious conversation for when you're feeling a little stronger or just a little more stable. It's crucial to return to this discussion after you've taken a step back. So be aware that your teens may start using this technique, that you've make sure that you're open to giving them the time to step back. If you need more support about this topic or anything else, feel free to call us at the Family Information Line at 1-800-866-4546.